Fellow gardeners, let me tell you about a discovery that completely revolutionized my composting game. Last spring I was drowning in Amazon boxes like most of us, staring at my sluggish compost pile that seemed to take forever to break down. That's when I decided to try something that changed everything. I started adding cardboard directly to my compost, and the results were absolutely mind-blowing. What happened next wasn't just faster decomposition, it was like giving my compost pile a turbo boost that transformed my gardening routine forever. If you've been struggling with slow composting or wondering what to do with all that cardboard piling up in your recycling bin, this method is about to become your new best friend. I'll be honest, I was skeptical at first. Adding cardboard to compost seemed counterintuitive. Wouldn't it just create soggy, matted layers that would slow everything down? But desperation breeds innovation, and with an overflowing recycling bin and an underperforming compost pile, I decided to experiment. The transformation was remarkable. Within just 2 weeks of incorporating properly prepared cardboard into my compost system, I noticed the pile heating up significantly more than usual. The internal temperature reached that sweet spot of 140 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit that composting enthusiasts dream about. But here's what really blew my mind. My typical 4 to 6 month composting timeline was cut down to just 6 to 8 weeks. So the secret lies in understanding that cardboard is essentially a carbon-rich brown material that creates the perfect balance when mixed with nitrogen-rich green materials like kitchen scraps and grass clippings. This balance, folks, is really the holy grail of efficient composting, and cardboard delivers it in spades. Most gardeners, rely on dried leaves, newspaper, or wood chips as their carbon source, but cardboard offers unique advantages that make it superior for fast composting. The corrugated structure of most cardboard creates natural air pockets that promote aerobic decomposition. And that's the kind that happens quickly and without unpleasant odors. Unlike whole leaves that can mat together and create anaerobic conditions, cardboard maintains its structure just long enough to facilitate proper airflow while breaking down steadily. The cellulose fibers in cardboard are also more readily available to decomposing microorganisms than the lignin-heavy materials in wood chips or bark. Another game-changing aspect is moisture retention. Cardboard acts like a sponge, absorbing excess moisture from wet kitchen scraps while releasing it slowly as needed. This natural moisture regulation prevents both the soggy, anaerobic conditions that create smell problems and the overly dry conditions that halt decomposition entirely. Here's where many people go wrong. You can't just throw whole boxes into your compost and expect magic. The preparation method I developed makes all the difference between success and a soggy mess. First, remove all tape, staples, and glossy labels. These materials don't break down and can introduce unwanted chemicals into your finished compost. I keep a utility knife handy specifically for this task, and it becomes second nature after a few sessions. Next comes the crucial step that most online guides miss: the size and soaking technique. I tear or cut cardboard into pieces roughly the size of my hand. This provides optimal surface area for decomposition while maintaining enough structure to create air pockets. Pieces that are too small become soggy and mat together, while pieces that are too large take forever to break down. The soaking process is equally important. I submerge the cardboard pieces in water for about 10 to 15 minutes, just enough to make them pliable but not completely saturated. Think of the texture of a wrung-out sponge. This pre-soaking allows the cardboard to integrate seamlessly with other compost materials without creating dry pockets that resist decomposition. The layering technique I use creates what I call compost lasagna, alternating layers that work together to accelerate breakdown. I start with a 4-inch layer of green materials like kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, or fresh grass clippings. Then I add a 2-inch layer of the prepared cardboard pieces, making sure they're distributed evenly rather than dumped in one spot. The ratio I've found most effective is roughly 3 to 1, green to brown materials by volume, with cardboard making up about 60 to 70% of the brown materials. This ratio maintains the proper carbon to nitrogen balance while maximizing the unique benefits cardboard brings to the process. I repeat these layers until my pile reaches about 3 feet in height, the minimum size needed to generate and maintain the heat necessary for fast decomposition. Each time I add new materials, I give the pile a gentle turn with my pitchfork to incorporate some air without completely disrupting the layering structure. Even with this fantastic method, you might encounter a few challenges. The most common issue I see fellow gardeners face is using the wrong type of cardboard. Heavily waxed cardboard like some produce boxes breaks down much more slowly and can create problems. Stick to standard shipping boxes and packaging materials for best results. If your pile starts smelling despite using cardboard, it usually means too much moisture or insufficient air circulation. Add some dry cardboard pieces and give the pile a thorough turning to reintroduce oxygen. The cardboard should help absorb excess moisture and restore proper conditions quickly. Some gardeners worry about cardboard pieces being visible in their finished compost. In my experience, properly prepared cardboard breaks down almost completely within the accelerated timeline. Any remaining pieces are small, soft fragments that continue decomposing in the soil and actually benefit plant roots by improving soil structure. The finished compost from this cardboard method is exceptional. It has a rich, earthy smell and a crumbly texture that plants absolutely love. The accelerated timeline means I can produce 3 to 4 batches of finished compost per growing season instead of just 1 or 2 with traditional methods. But the benefits extend beyond just faster production. The compost itself seems to be more balanced and nutritious for plants. I've noticed improved plant growth, better disease resistance, and enhanced soil structure in areas where I've used this cardboard-enhanced compost compared to my previous batches. The water retention properties of soil amended with this compost are also noticeably better. The remaining cardboard fibers create microchannels in the soil that hold moisture while still allowing proper drainage, exactly what most garden plants need to thrive. The beauty of this cardboard composting method is its adaptability to different scales and situations. Whether you have a small urban balcony setup or acres of garden space, the principles remain the same. Urban gardeners can use smaller containers and adjust batch sizes while maintaining the same ratios and techniques. For those with larger operations, this method scales beautifully. I now process significantly more organic waste in less time, turning what used to be a slow, somewhat frustrating process into an efficient system that actually gets me excited about composting again. The key is starting with your current setup and gradually incorporating cardboard as it becomes available. Don't feel like you need to completely overhaul your system overnight. Even adding cardboard to 25% of your compost materials will noticeably improve your results. Ready to revolutionize your composting game? Try this cardboard method and watch your compost timeline shrink while your garden productivity soars. I'd love to hear about your results and any variations you discover along the way. Don't forget to subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles for more game-changing gardening techniques, and share this article with fellow gardeners who are tired of waiting months for finished compost. Together, we're building a community of gardeners who work smarter, not harder, to create thriving gardens and healthier soil.